Hello, YouTube. Where in the world am I? So I'm actually starting things off in someone else's base, and I'm instantly attacked by a zombie. I think might have some dark spots over here. Maybe help them out, put a torch. But this is not my base. This is the Chaos Lady's base. Starting out over here because recently she asked me to do some work for her. She had a zombie spawner up here just off the side of where she has her storage and all of her furnaces set up, and she wanted a grinder. It is exactly the same thing that we set up in a previous video before, except she wanted the whole thing in the ceiling, so it was a little bit of a challenge, but not too much. Just raise the whole thing up, and now we have lever and buttons in the ceiling. So I just thought I'd start out over here, show off something we've done for somebody else. Sounds like we got one stuck in there. Thought we'd show this off. Looks like she's been using it a whole lot. I did build this a little bit ago because I've done another stint of just taking a break from playing. Just had a lot going on, a lot in the world. Just kind of took a bit of a break, but I feel like I'm a bit relaxed. I am a little more in the mindset to getting into playing me some Minecraft. I've also done a lot of work off camera. You can see I've got a lot of beautiful armor, and today we're going to complement that armor with a new sword, because I've got this infinity bow we've been building up throughout time as we've collected bows off of dead skeletons and such. And I feel like today we really need to get ourselves a better sword. There's a Mr. Barbecue back there. I should go back and see what kind of blocks he has. Alright, you, what do you got?
This is totally genuine.
It's totally genuine. Basalt, glowstone, beehives, coarse dirt. I'd like to collect them all eventually, but no thank you for the moment. Your llamas are nice. See you later. And as I run through the nether to our next location, I wanted to show that we have been working hard. A lot of people came on during a couple streams, and we've been hammering out during stream and even a lot of people off stream, getting all of these tunnels dug out. And they are now all dug out the exact same. We've even got the pattern in the ceiling coming all the way into the center of the hub here. So now we can start plotting and planning a design for each of these tunnels and even this center room. It's coming along very nicely, and I want to say thank you to everyone else in the community who's been pitching in and doing a lot of digging on in stream with me and even off stream. Next place I want to stop in this episode is the bookstore. I've fallen in the water. A bookstore, a member named D-Jax runs a bookshop here in the shopping district, and if they've not been on in a while, you can see I've spent myself, I don't think I bought efficiency, but I spent myself a lot of diamonds here getting myself sorted out with some rather nice gear. I made myself a fully enchanted chest plate just to see how it goes. A gold chest plate. We'll see how that works. And I've got decent helmet here, I suppose. Protection all around. We'll see how things go. But yes, I spent a lot of diamonds. We've got 23 left here in the shulker, but believe me, that is not all we have left. Because I have built myself a nice little bit of a flex here in my bedroom. At my current bedroom here in my nether outpost, where I've been sleeping, at least laying my head down while I've been working over here building up the base. But yeah, I went and piled up some of my diamond blocks. We've got an invisible armor stand here. Believe me, he's there. Oh, it went into the diamonds I have in my inventory. And we've got mini blocks here because we've updated the mini block pack. Put myself together a shulker of dye just to show you. I will put a link in the description though to Mr. Foxy No Tail. If you're interested in this pack, it is not mine at all. Link will be in the description to his most recent video, and possibly also a link to foxynotail.com. Head over there if you're interested in this. But yeah, I built myself a flex using the mini blocks and also some of our spare diamonds. And yes, I just ran all the way back to my base to show you this before I spent more diamonds, so it actually really is a flex, and I'm sorry. That being said, for only spending diamonds in the shopping district and not selling anything yet, I think I'm doing okay. I really do need to open me a shop eventually, though. But until then, I'm just going to keep mining diamonds and frequenting all the local shops that have the things that I need. So, we want to build ourselves a sword. For the armor I made, I actually invested the diamonds and the gold for the chestplate, and made brand new and bought all the books from the shop, and I think that's how we're going to do it for a brand new sword. I think we're going to on sharpness 5, and all books are a diamond. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to purchase all the books we need to finish up this sword, and we're just going to do that and fast forward. Ready, go! I think that's it. Did I miss anything? Fire! Done! Oh, that was so sloppy. That was so sloppy. I'm sorry you had to see that. I am now going to run on foot over here to the community enchanting area. I gotta swim across the little bit of a channel here. I'm gonna get to the community enchanting area and start putting some of this stuff together. Catch you there. Alright, the community enchant area. Let's get up in an anvil. Now, I'm no authority on how to put these things together, but I'm fairly certain you wanna go with the higher numbers first. I don't know, that costs less. Should we do it that way? Unbreaking first? Well, let's add the looting first. I think that would make the unbreaking more expensive. So then we put the unbreaking on. Guess that's not too expensive. Then the fire aspect for 7. And then the mending, 9. So we're out of levels. Yep, we only got 1 level left. That is no problem, because I have a quick and easy way to get myself some levels. Let's go check it out. It's right here. Just across the way from there. I've been using this pretty much about all season. Oh! Well, my oh my, I let a bunch of stuff flow through there. I do not recall. Someone might have put these in here. However, if we pull these out, we're going to get a tremendous amount of levels. As you can see, we just went from 1 to 22. That's because we have the XP storage furnace set up here. So this chest... Oh, I see. Someone took some potatoes to eat. Well, that's quite alright. Chest and hoppers are loaded up with items, so we're going to get levels every time we let items flow through here. Wait for one item, pull it, and we will just get monumentous amounts of levels from the stored XP from all the items that have been cooked. If you didn't know about these, and there you go, that's these things. They're widely known. I don't think I need to explain them too much. Well, there we go. We got ourselves plenty of levels. Now let's go try and put the rest of these books together and see if we can slap it on a sword. Oh, I can't walk in this view. Back to the anvil. This book first. That book, 9. Let's see, can we get it? Oh, we need to make a new sword. Let's make ourselves. Do we have the sticks? Yes, we have the sticks. Brand new diamond sword. Of course, that leaves us at 16 diamonds in our pocket. Not counting the ores, 35 levels. How many more do we need? Back to the furnaces. Pull a potato. 35. Give ourselves just a few more. Why not? Let more items through. Back to the anvils. Sword on. book on. 35 levels. And now we got ourselves a pretty darn good sword, I think. Now we can take that other sword that really isn't all that bad as a backup sword, and I guess I've already got another backup sword here. They're pretty much the same, and we've got our well-damaged old iron armor in here just as a backup. Some arrows, a bit of a fighting box I've been making up. So I've really been going back and forth as to what to do for today's episode, because I have been doing lots of caving off camera, and I have yet to find myself a skeleton spawner. No matter how much caving I do, I've found nothing but zombie spawners, spider spawners, cave spider spawners, and a whole bunch of abandoned mine shafts. And I think we're gonna wrap up today's episode. We're not wrapping it up yet, but that's a little foreshadowing. I need bones. I've really been wanting to get my hands on a steady supply of bone meals, but before we turn to the bones, there's this little bit of a hill behind me. I don't know if you've paid much attention to the background of here. Also, I've done tons of torching, and they're all in straight lines, so if you like things in straight lines, there you go. There is my lovely torching in a perfect pattern, except for on top of the hill. Just don't pay attention to that. But this hill is artificial. I put it here because I kept complaining about wanting myself a mine. I really want to have like a permanent area to go down in. There's like a staircase off over there someone else had done in the early days that I keep going down. But I want to build myself a brand new one here, explore and dig out all the chunks underneath where my home base is going to be. Maybe we'll get lucky, find ourselves a couple slime chunks while we're down there. But I think that's what I'm going to start out with today. I am going to do a little bit of work on this. I don't know how much I'm going to show you, how I'm going to show it to you. There's something I've been wanting to try out as far as a recording method that I think would be pretty cool for a time lapse. So there might be a time lapse, or there might just be jump cuts. Either way, they're going to happen right now. So I went with the time lapse, and now we got ourselves a hole. A really deep hole going all the way down to level 12 where I normally mine. And if we dig into the walls, we can actually see we actually ran right into tunnels from areas we've already mined. That is not that bad though, because we're going to go in all sorts of directions. We're going to make this a permanent mine, meaning we'll start digging these walls out, dig out a bunch of space to be able to put down some storage area, decorate this whole thing. But for now, I'm going to get back to the top and work on something up there. So the next bit I want to work on is a minecart bit. I want to be able to ride a minecart down and then a minecart all the way back up. So I've started laying some rails down and getting some bits in. I'm currently working on a rail switcher. So in the current state, this will be the side where we will hop into a minecart and get sent off on our way to go down into the mine shaft. Then when we come on, we want to hit this detector rail. Forgot what it was called for a moment. Detector rail. Switching this track to this track, and then we will flow into a cactus, breaking the minecart and putting it right back into our system. So I've already got torch there, so we can see if we take that torch out, that will switch the rail back to cactus side, our exit side. Put the torch back on, hop back up there. Oh, get ourselves. Can I get up? There we go. We can see now with that block powered, goes off this way. So we just need to take power from detector rail, put it into that block right there. And that's just as simple as taking some dust and running that into there. So I'm going to make myself a minecart and we're going to test this out real quick. Put the minecart down, we can see it changes, and it should be long enough. I might actually replace this dust with a repeater just to make sure it is long enough so that the minecart will be able to cross and we won't end up going into the wrong side. So I put it back on there. I'm sure we'll be coming up a little bit quicker. There's going to be powered rails bringing us up, but that's the gist of that. Now we got to work on our entering and our exiting side, our cactus, and then we'll have a dispenser on this side. So I'm going to get the area dug up and a little bit of stuff into place, and then we'll talk about it. So I think I've measured everything properly. I've got some space dug out and some blocks put down so we can get into redstone. Also extended the rail over there temporarily just so we can test it out, make sure the whole thing works. I'm going to put a dispenser facing upward there. We can put our powered rail on top of it. 2 hoppers going off into the side of that. Now we're going to want to get a couple things out of the inventory. We'll go pressure plate, 2 bits of dust, a repeater, and a torch. And I believe that should do it for our outgoing. Aside from putting ourselves a minecart, we can just toss it. Oh, and of course I miss. So we can just toss it in those hoppers. Just like that, it will go in there. Now I want to try and backfill some of this, but I suppose let's make sure the outgoing works. And then we'll mess with the input. So we'll step on the pressure plate, get a minecart, hop in it, and we get sent right off. And do we go down the right trail when we come back? Yes, we do. So I pick up our minecart. I can fill a whole lot of this in now. Let's just backfill a whole bunch of this, at least up to there. Now we're going to need our piece of sand, a cactus, and then I'd like to put a slab on this cactus just so it never grows up. And then we can just carry some powered rails all the way down to there. So now we can drop our cart back in there. We'll go for another test ride. It'll send us off. When we get sent back, we'll go this way, and then the cactus will break it. Sometimes we'll pick it up. That's no problem. We can just toss it right back in there. One more test. That's just too much fun. Hop in. We'll ride off, come back, hit this, push it off this way. Again, I don't mind picking it up. The hoppers won't always get it, but that is no bother to me. As long as we got a cool little, yeah, I mean, it's fancy enough. So I'm going to do a bit more decorating around here, but I think all of that is going to be off camera. And I'm going to take a look at the next possible project I would like to get into. I mentioned bones. I really, really want some bones. And for that, I think I'm going to look around in the Nether. So I say go to the Nether because just under my tunnel, which we are here, just under my portal room, I wanted my shovel there. Can I switch you? Thank you. Stick our way out of here. We have a soul sand valley, and since the Nether update, these places are just full of skeletons, like absolutely full. Of course we'd have to deal with ghasts, but I'm thinking I'd really like to try and work out a way we can farm ourselves some skeletons here in the soul sand valley. Now it's probably going to be a long process of tinkering and trying to figure things out. I'm probably going to mess around in a creative copy of the world, see what I can come up with. And yeah, I want a supply of bones. I want to have a constant stream of bones, and I've not found myself a spawner for skeletons, and just perching up in here in the Nether and fighting them manually like this is just not a very efficient way to get all these. Bones. Again, bones. I want them. I need them. And I'm going to jump in a creative copy of the world and see if I can figure out how we can get them easily and AFK. So a bit of time has passed and I am here in a creative copy of our world. It's actually a really old download. And as far as area of the Nether, we are no longer under where my portal is. Let's see if I can get myself oriented. Let's see, which direction? This direction. Right over here is just below the spawn hub area. And I'm going to build something like this out over the lava lake. So if we come down here onto this gold block, eventually we would get skeleton spawns right above us there. So we're going to build us like a big old waffle type shape. I don't know, just a grid pattern up here. And then of course making sure we have blocks above, something on top so nothing spawns on it, pressure plates, glass and such. Also, we've done a stream loaded up on tons of sand, and we are going to glass the surfaces around the edge of this lava lake. All these little islands, all these bits, all of that up there, just to be sure. And then we're going to glass a large area of the surface of this lava lake, and this will be our AFK point. The skeletons will drop down, and then we'll have a platform of magma blocks. So to keep gas from spawning on them, we can cover them with pressure plates, and skeletons will still take damage from the magma blocks. I tested that out. This is actually something I've been thinking about the last couple days, is how do we stop gas from spawning on our large platform of magma blocks to kill the skeletons? And I figured it out, and yeah, it's pressure plates. It's that simple. But I don't have time to do any of that in this video. This is just gonna be a very long future project. We'll probably come back to it here and there throughout the next few episodes as we work on it. I've got a couple people around the community said they are willing to lend a hand, but I'm gonna have to wrap it up here. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing. Catch episode 7 and all other future content here on the channel. All that being said, my name's Snorty Buzzard, and I'll catch you later.